I thought it was genuinely creepy in some parts. The noises where he's sitting and watching the movie is a very relatable. If you've ever, I'm sure everybody's been home at night watching TV and you hear somebody have to turn the TV down, and that's scary enough to turn the volume of whatever you're watching down to hear what a noise is in the rest of the house. I liked him.
I wish they had him watching a horror movie.
Yeah, that would have made more sense. Although that was quite a bit of dialogue from whatever that movie was that he was watching.
Yeah, it was that was Danny Kaye. I don't know what movie it was though. It seemed to be like a Robin Hood send up or something. But he did mention The Exorcist, which I feel like has to be the most modern movie reference they've ever made on Star Trek. Like full stop.
From the 70s. Exorcist was the 70s, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I've never heard them make references of any, well, outside of the Beastie Boys in 2009 or whatever. But before that, I've never seen them make references that specifically modern outside of, say, well, I mean, even in the ones where they go back in time, they don't really do it. I guess they did in part 4, but like in the show, anytime they make these sorts of references to movies or whatever, it's always like stuff from the 30s.
Yeah,
is like
as
modern as they get. Yeah.
Yeah. Archer's not going to say that Phlox, this plot of yours is some risky business, just like our movie that we watched.
I wish they would do that and have somebody go, so it's like what, the year 2000 or something, have somebody say like, it's really a shame. I was going back through the video files and man, it's really a shame what happened to Vin Diesel, don't you think?
Vin Diesel, just a cold open tease is just Vin Diesel, overrated, underrated. It's like, let's go review. I like the him looking out the window and something moves and he runs away from it that you don't see.
Wait, hold on. Is the eugenic wars, is that actually just the swing revival of the mid-90s?
I would think so. You got to.
Is that how reviled that period of history was at this point?
No one admits that they were a part of the eugenics wars. They just like I wasn't into that. I did not buy a zoot suit or anything.
It's about genetic manipulation and giant pants.
I like the horror stuff. I liked Hoshi's scene. Amy came in like just in good timing. She came in for that Hoshi scene and legitimately frightened her. The makeup was great and it was a good setup. It's a psycho setup sort of and stuff like that, but it's just kind of neat. When
it started, I thought they were going the other way with it, and this was going to be, all right, Brandon, let's put somebody in a shower. We got nothing happening on this show. Let's put Hoshi in the shower, and Phlox can get all weird with her. It'll be great. And she's a hallucination, so she can be as sexy as we want her to be.
You think Rick stormed in after John Billingsley's nude scenes, going like, "What? What kind of show are we running?"
Shut it down.
Manny Cotto immediately promoted on the spot. That was it was a very Austin Powers stuff. But
I was thinking that too. Yes.
It's directed by Roxanne Dawson. Dawson continues to be a very strong visual director. She's really good in every episode. Every episode with her, just it looks like they're doing stuff that they've never done before. That being the most obvious example.
Yeah. That was. That's one of those things where I feel like if you're thinking about it, it's like, of course he's walking around naked on the ship. Right. Would you not?
Yep.
You would do it at least once just for the hell of it.
It's funny. It was well shot. It's kind of funny. It's a little bit of a ripoff. I recognize the influence and stuff like that, but it does totally make sense for Phlox of all people too. It's not like it's Archer walking around in the nude. It's the hedonist Denobulin walking around doing it.
I was eating breakfast while I was watching this, and when they did that like long pan from him getting up out of bed and like just focused on his disgusting feet, I actually had to look away from the television.
The feet makeup scene's kind of pointless. We talked about that in the Predator episode on Patreon about alien feet. Phlox would have been a good example to bring up.
Yes.
My last sort of point about this, no matter how I feel about the episode, a fairly effective cold open.
Yes.
Where he just sees the dog and then he opens the door and Archer's knocked out on the bed and Phlox does not seem concerned about it. That's a pretty good cold open. That's a good one for this show.
Yeah, I agree. It was because it was not. It wasn't the usual non sequitur kind of thing, or it had a little bit of non sequitur to it, but it was still very much of the story they were going to tell, and was interesting enough to see Archer in some sort of, indisposed state, if you want to call it that.
Phlox not being concerned is the key, I think. Phlox treating it like it's normal is what sells that idea.
Yeah, but it's weird. You don't really know what's going on, so it's for one of those short cold opens that they do. Yeah, it was a pretty good one.